This month in Outer Banks history, North Carolina officially became a dry state. Most Americans are familiar with the 18th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which established the prohibition of alcohol throughout the country beginning in 1920. The state of North Carolina, however, could trace its opposition to alcohol many years earlier. The North Carolina legislature began restricting the sale of alcohol as early as 1903, when intoxicating liquors were banned except in incorporated towns. 2 years later, only towns with more than 1,000 residents could sell alcohol. Finally, when the prohibition issue was put to a statewide vote on May 26, 1908, North Carolina became the first state in the country to ban the sale of alcoholic beverages in a public referendum. Bootlegging soon became popular throughout the state, but the mainland Dare County towns of Eastlake and Buffalo City were especially well known for their illicit liquor trade. This area, once booming with logging activity, which had since declined, was uniquely situated to become a hub for moonshining in the 1910s. It was relatively isolated and difficult to access from all four sides. The equipment used in logging operations translated very easily to the production of stills for making moonshine. Additionally, the hardscrapple nature of life in the area seemed to foster an attitude of disrespect for the law and a resentment of authority. Eastlake moonshine was nationally known for its unique taste because it was made with fresh juniper water taken from nearby Milltail Creek. Liquor was surreptitiously transported along the waterways to be shipped out nationally via Elizabeth City. For bootleggers, outsmarting local law enforcement officers and revenuers became an art. Legend has it that the most whiskey ever transported out of Dare County was moved during Franklin Delano Roosevelt's visit to the Outer Banks in the 1930s, when law enforcement officers were distracted by protecting the president. Many bootleggers transported moonshine in 5-gallon jugs tied to the stern of a boat. If the boat was stopped by law enforcement, the line was cut so the jugs would sink to the bottom of the water to be retrieved later when the coast was clear. Occasionally, the bootleggers would lose track of their jugs. Some say there are still stashes of 100-year-old Eastlake whiskey waiting to be found at the bottom of Milltail Creek and the surrounding waters. Despite its illegality, moonshining was largely tolerated among the locals. Many children and families were kept fed and clothed by selling whiskey, and numerous successful moonshiners invested in their community by using their fortunes to establish hotels, restaurants, boarding houses, and dance halls to appeal to incoming tourists. For instance, the Fort Raleigh Hotel, which operated for decades in downtown Manio, was said to have been financed primarily by moonshining. Prohibition was repealed nationally in 1933, with North Carolina and Dare County following suit by 1937. Today, the communities of Buffalo City and Eastlake remain famous for their moonshining legacy, and several local businesses still pay homage to the Dare County liquor industry in their branding and decor. Many locals would say the bootleggers paved the way for the development of the tourism industry in Dare County. It's no wonder, then, that almost 100 years later, traces of Buffalo City and Eastlake still permeate the local economy. For more information on Prohibition or any other topic in Outer Banks history, come visit us at the Outer Banks History Center. We're located at Roanoke Island Festival Park across from the downtown Manio waterfront.